Good evening, everyone. Good to have you here. I can see Kirti. Welcome, Kirti. Please open up your videos. Hi. Welcome, Meena. Appreciate your presence. Welcome, Komal. Good to see you here. Welcome, Pooja. Appreciate your presence. We have Mamta. Welcome, Mamta.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Welcome, Sunita. Appreciate your presence. We have Dipti, Kirti, a Zoom user, and Puneet. Welcome. Few more will join us. And I welcome you all in this 3 days program. We are going to talk a lot about parenting practices, and parental coaching as well. But before I move on, I want to know about you, a bit of you, like what do you do and from where you are. If I know your profile, it will help me to connect with you during these 3 days. I will be able to get some contributions from you for this program. So we can start with Kirti. What do you do from where you are?
Hi, this is Kirti. I work as a remedial and behavior therapist. I am from Hyderabad.
Hyderabad, that's great. And since how long you're working, Kirti, in this field?
Last 4 years.
4 years. Appreciate. Good. So we have a remedial educator over here. Appreciate your presence. We have Meena. Welcome, Meena.
Hello, sir. Good evening. I'm from Hyderabad. I'm a special educator, a remedial therapist.
Oh, that's great. Another remedial therapist from Hyderabad only. Great.
Yeah.
Good to have you here. Appreciate. And since how long you are into this practice?
Yeah, 10 years.
10 years. That's great. Appreciate. So we have Komal.
Yeah, hello, sir. I'm Komal Singh and I'm from Hyderabad. Me, Kirti ma'am, and Meena ma'am, we know each other.
Okay.
And yeah, even I am a remedial therapist, special educator, and also a psychologist.
Great.
Yeah.
So the first line over here, which is visible to me, is from Hyderabad. Great. Good to know about you. So, ma'am, Real Me Seat 25Y. Please, if you can rename yourself, I'll be able to address you. Real Me C25. Please rename yourself. Yes, Deepti. We have Deepti.
Hello, hi Manish sir. I'm Deepti. So I'm from Bangalore. I'm a former techie, and I have two adorable children.
Oh,
and yeah, I'm interested to do this parenting, and I have a gentle parenting channel in my own language, YouTube channel.
Wonderful. Good. Appreciate your presence.
So I
Good
wanted
to
to yeah, yes, sir. Thank you. That's all.
Okay. So Puneet, we have Puneet over here.
Hello, everybody. I'm Puneet, and I'm a child counselor. And I've been working in the field with children. It's been like around 5 years, roughly. And I would really want to know about the parenting coach. I'm very keenly interested, and I'm myself blessed with an 8-year-old daughter.
Okay, that's great. And you are from, Puneet?
Yeah, I'm from Ludhiana, and that's it.
Okay, that's great. Wonderful. Good to know about you. We have Dr. Kirti Munjal. Kirti, we get to know about you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's good to see so many counselors and special educators here. I am leading a school and a college. So I work a lot with teenagers and a lot with parents also. So I thought I would benefit a great deal.
And you are from?
I'm from Ambala.
Ambala. Good to know about you. Appreciate your presence. So, a great bunch of people. Those who have a lot of experience. Good to know about you. We have iPhone. iPhone, please, if you can rename yourself, that will be great. I'll be able to address you with the name.
Hello,
Yes,
sir. Good evening.
Afia.
Alfia. Yes,
Alfia.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. My name is Alfia Khan. I am from Nagpur, Maharashtra, and I am a preschool teacher
Oh, that's good.
from last
Great.
5 years.
Last 5 years, you're into teaching preschoolers. Appreciate. Good. So we have Pooja. Pooja, if we get to know about you.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello.
Myself, Pooja Kansal, and I'm from Delhi. I'm a science educator, plus I am pursuing masters in counseling and family therapy. So I'm interested in this course.
Wonderful. Good. We have Shimama.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. I am a
evening.
clinical psychologist from Agra, and I've last worked at SGPGI, and now I'm deeply interested in being a parenting coach. So now pursuing this.
Okay. Shimama,
Hello,
I
everyone.
missed from where you are. You told you're from
From Agra, sir. Agra.
Right. Good. Thank you. Thanks, Utan. So we have Kirti. Kirti, if we get to know about you, that will be great. And if you can open up a video also.
I'm done.
Yeah, Kirti, I've done it. Yes. Right. So you just, we have Sunita Nair. Would really appreciate if you come up on video. Sunita, is it audible at your end? Okay, it's okay. Preeti Singh, we get to know about you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. Hi, I'm Preeti. I'm just a parent. I'm working as an MD in a pharmaceutical company.
Oh, that's great.
And yeah, but after my second child, I was a little bit arrogant. Sometime I was very aggressive. So I thought I should be getting this to know how to parent our children and other children as well. So that's why I joined this course.
Right. Thank you, Preeti. Thanks, Adan. Thanks for this brief.
you.
And you are from?
New Delhi.
Okay, that's great. So we have Vivek. Welcome, Vivek. Welcome to the program.
Good evening.
So good. Would love to hear you about you, from where you are and what do you do.
Good evening, all. I am from Bihar, and I'm a trainer by profession, and a bit of other skills I also have. And I joined this course not because it has anything to do with parenting, but I feel that in this course something about related to emotional content, etc., will be discussed. And according to me, emotions rule the world.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wonderful perspective. And since you told that you are a corporate trainer, which stream you train people?
No, not corporate trainer. I'm faculty of English.
Faculty of English. Okay, that's great. Wonderful. Language trainer, English trainer. Wonderful. Good to know about you, Vivek. Appreciate your presence. So Tina, if we get to know about you, we have Tina.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I'm homemaker right now. I have 2 kids and I'm from Hyderabad.
You're from Hyderabad. We have a good bunch of people from Hyderabad. Appreciate. Good. And you had any professional experience?
Yes, I used to, but now I quit down.
Which industry you worked?
I used to work for advertisement media company.
Media company. That's great. Wonderful. So we have Neha. Neha, if we can see you and hear you. iPhone. We haven't heard you. If you can rename yourself and you tell your name, I'll rename you.
Yeah, good evening. I'm Sanchita. I'm from Mumbai. I'm a double graduate and currently learning 3rd year of psychology with IGNOU University.
Okay.
So I wanted to learn more about the psychological courses. So I thought of coming to you.
Wonderful. And Sanchita, have you worked somewhere?
Sorry?
Have you worked somewhere?
Yeah, I've got 7-8 years experience into sales marketing. I've also
Sales and
worked as an event coordinator.
Okay.
At present, I've taken a break. I mean, it's been 2 years I'm not working.
Okay.
So looking to restart with the counseling career.
Wonderful. Super. Appreciate. Glexi M01, if we can hear you. No? Chalo. I hope I'm audible to all. Right. So I'm Manish. I natively belong to Punjab. I'm from Ludhiana. And in this journey of parental coaching, I'm from last 13 years. 2010, I started. And the organization which invited you today for this program, this organization we started 8 years ago in August 2015. So we were 13 parental coaches who came together and formed an association of parent coaches in August 2015. And today we are around 1800 coaches. In the span of 8 years, we are 1800 parental coaches across 17 countries. And it all started from this India only. The major count definitely we have in India, but all continents we have coaches now. All continents, almost all developed countries, we have our presence and of this association. And it's an association of parental coaches. The name of association is Deep Parenting. And I'm one of the founders, and I will be a facilitator for next 3 days. And personally, if I talk about, I'm raising 2 daughters. My elder one is the reason I came into this. So my career is 9 days younger to her. Means 21st of March 2010 we got her, and 1st of April 2010 I got out of my professional career and I opted to be in this domain. So that's about me. My partner in parenting, she is from teaching, and she supports me in raising these 2 daughters. That's about me. And to start with, this entire discussion for next 3 days is all about you. Since you opted to be here, and this entire program is all about parenting and parental coaching, so it will be all about you as parenting coach. This program is highly facilitative. I don't want to make it a monologue. Would really appreciate that if you respond. If you respond to anything which I seek your view, maybe if you have any query, you can anytime unmute and ask. There's always, you can use this feature of Zoom where you can raise your hand. I'm sure you all know raise hand is an option over here. If you can do it for me, I'll just get to know, all of you know, if you go in reaction button, you will have an option to raise your hand. The moment you raise your hand, I get to know that somebody has a point to make. I'll invite you immediately. That will be a great way to contribute. And otherwise, anytime you can open up your mic and you can ask question or contribute. We can use this chat box. There will be some moments where I'll be asking certain questions to you to seek your viewpoint, because most of us are from that domain where we deal with behaviors only. We deal with adults, we deal with kids, teachers, educators, remedial educators, consultants, counselors, right? People, even those who come from advertisement, even they understand human behavior better. That they anyways incorporate those understandings in their work. So we all deal with humans. We all have our own perspective, and these perspectives can add a lot into this program. So I would really appreciate if you contribute. Though you all have opportunity to keep your videos off, but still I would request, if your videos are on, you remain conscious about your presence in the program. Because the moment your video is off, you have all liberties to be distracted. Anyways, you're attending this program from your home environment, where somebody is calling you from some other room, something is going on in kitchen, and that can bother you. If you really want to avoid those distractions, keep your videos on. Because when your video is on, you know somebody is watching you. You remain conscious. Just to add on to your mindfulness, just to add on to your consciousness in this program, keep your videos on. So I told you that we are an association of parent coaches. Deep Parenting. Deep is a short name of this organization. And if we see what this full name of this organization, it is Developmental, Encouraging, and Effective Parenting. The name itself speaks about our area of work. We work on developmental approaches in parenting. We work on having encouraging approaches in parenting and being effective as parent. That's a prime motto. The name itself speaks about our area of work and our objective in this organization. So just a brief about what this organization. I told you that this association got formed in 2015 under Society Act in India. It's an association. It's not a commercial company. It's an association, and we were 13 when we started. Now we are 1812 to be precise. In India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Bahrain, Nigeria, Oman, Kuwait, Malaysia, Singapore, Dubai, United Kingdom, Canada, Iceland, United States, Sri Lanka, and Germany. We have coaches now across the world. And so far in India, if we talk about, we have trained in last 8.5 years, we have trained 11 lakh parents, more than 1 million parents we have trained, and we are serving close to 210 school brands. More than 1,000 of schools we have served in last 8 years. 210 school brands we are serving. I'm sure you know all those brands: Ryan's, Millenniums, Padars, DPS, Convents, Mayos, almost all school brands we are serving, which are operating in India. That's about us, who we are, and the milestone which we are gunning for in next 1.5 years is to enable 5 million parents, which is quite away from what we have done so far. But I want to start, since most of us are parents. Yes, just write down P in the chat box if you're a parent. If you're already a parent, just write down P in the chat box. That will be the first question I'll be asking. Good. Many of us, almost all of us, are in this role. Thank you. Thanks a ton for this quick response. Now, I just want to know from you that how many of you agree that parenting in today's time is getting tougher and complex? How many of you agree with this? How many of you experience it and you agree that parenting in today's time is getting tougher and complex? You can respond in chat box. You can raise your hand. Many of us, and I think all of us, we know the way the things are changing around us, all the technological changes which are taking place. It is making our job tough. We all agree with that. Now, since you all agree with this, that parenting in today's time is getting tougher and complex compared to yesteryears, my question to you is, why? Why do you think so, that compared to yesteryears, it is tough and complex today? What are your findings? What made it tough? Go ahead, Sunita. Would appreciate. Unmute and contribute. So we have one response from Vivek that life is complex and competitive. This is very important point. The life is getting highly competitive. I hope you all agree with Vivek on this, that life is getting competitive. That is why our job is getting tough. And since this competition is growing, that is why our expectations are growing. And the more expectations you will have, the foul expectations you will have, over expectation you will have, it will not be fulfilled. When it doesn't get fulfilled, there is always a pain. And we as parent, for sure, will not keep that pain to ourselves. We'll pass it on to child, right? And it's just because of highly competitive environment. Maybe if you recall, when we were young, it was survival of the fittest. Today it is survival of the best. And nobody among us is expecting less than 100%. क्यों? क्योंकि you have to fall under that category of best, then only you will be getting seat in desired college. Yes or no? There's huge disappointment today. In many entrance tests, there's huge disappointment. Not everybody, the one who wished to become a doctor, the one who qualified to become a doctor, can become doctor in India. The one who wished to become chartered accountant, the one who qualified to become a chartered accountant, can't become a chartered accountant in India. There is this disappointment. Yes or no? Because you are not among those best. You are fit, you are qualified, but you are not best. Like if I just share a dynamic, since Vivek must be dealing with students being English trainer, so that is why this popped up immediately in his mind. That because when you deal with kids, you see that there are many those who are above average, close to best, but they're not best, right? And they haven't reached where they intend to reach, where they were destined to reach. They are not reached there. इंडिया में 18 से 19 लाख बच्चा is giving exam of NEET. Around 7 lakh students qualify NEET. And total seats which are available in the country is less than 1 lakh. I'm talking about all paid seats you count on, free, paid, everything, less than 1 lakh. That means the one who qualified, उसमें से भी 6-6.5 lakh बच्चा is that who is not going to become doctor, is not going to get the seat. They were fit, but not the best. Competition is making this job very tough. So good, appreciate Vivek for this point. Sanchita is saying gadgets is making tough. I'm sure this to everyone will agree with. We experience it every day. So they are so glued to screens, there's less opportunities to be with them, right? Technology, which was supportive to us, is making our own job tough. Good. Navitha. Navitha is saying, and Puneet has the same view, that we are getting nuclear. That's also very important, this point. We come from that era where we were saying it takes a village to raise a child. You know, that was the quotes of the time. It takes a village to raise a child. And see, from that era, we came to that time when even parents are not available. We are getting nuclear from joint, which is wherein it's the job is getting tough. And not only nuclear, on top of it, we are working. So both the parents are not available in child's life. And if you are not there, this environment is making our job tough. The setup which we have, the family setup, that has made our job tough. I hope you all agree with that. Thank you, Puneet. Thanks, Navita, for this input. Appreciate. Absolutely. Nuclear family. Shamama is having the same view. Appreciate. Pooja is having similar view. Competition is making job tough. And too much exposure. Sunita is highlighting too much exposure in all spheres. Exposure in what? Information? Do you think information is making our job tough? Parents' job? Any viewpoint on that? Yes, please. If you can unmute, that will be great. I want to hear you out. Yes. Do you think the exposure which they're getting to media, information is making our job tough? If yes, then why? And how? How? It is so anyways a blessing that they have a lot of exposure, which is good for the growth. But how it is making our job tough?
May I speak?
Yeah. I'm expecting from you all. Yes.
I think it's getting tough. I am like on the other side. I am a teacher, an educator, not a parent. But still, I feel that the kind of exposure that the children are getting is more on the negative side, especially the teenagers. And the parents usually don't know about it. and then it does a lot of harm. So educating the children how to manage the right and the wrong is a great challenge. I think that's
okay. That's great. The uncontrolled exposure,
yes.
right? Exposure in wrong direction is making it this job tough. Puneet is saying too many choices are also making our job tough. Is it so? We have too many options, too many choices for them. Is it? You must have experienced that now they are much passionate while demanding. Shiddat, puri shiddat. Yes or no? I need it now. Have you noticed? And the moment they get it, they don't use it properly. How many of you experience it? That they ask so passionately as if they need it now, and the moment they get it, they don't use those things properly. Have you experienced this insatiability with them? Why? Because they know we will get it. They know we will get it. Right? And I think one more thing which I feel which is making our own job tough is our affordability. Things are getting affordable. Yes or no? Our paying capacity increased. Now, when child is asking a small thing, right? When child is asking a small thing, we have that narrative in our surroundings. कि 50 rupees की तो चीज है, दे दो, इसके लिए क्यों रुलाना? Yes or no? It's just a small thing. Why we are making child cry for that small thing? And that small is becoming pressure to us. Yes or no? It is so affordable. Matlab, I just see in my surroundings, when we are coming home back, working parents, those who are in guilt of not giving time, when they are coming home back, अगर बच्चे ने call कर दी कि पापा, if you can bring chocolates for me, mama, if you can bring candies for me, father or mother is already in a guilt of not giving time. Believe me, they will not buy one chocolate. They'll buy chocolates. You know why? Because it is highly affordable. एक नहीं, तुम तीन दो. Do we buy pencil? We buy pencils. We don't buy dozen, we buy dozens. Yes or no? Affordability is increasing. That is also making our own job tough. Any other? Please come up. And I really would appreciate if you unmute and speak. Any other reason you have in mind that which is making our job tough?
They are getting it easily, so they don't have to know the value of those
Absolutely.
things.
So
they know the price, but not the value.
Not the value. That means it is on us. Maybe because of certain reasons, we end up delivering it there and then immediately. There's no pause concept, right? No wait concept. They are getting it easily. Why? Because parent is giving it. हो सकता affordability could be a reason. Who could be a guilt could be a reason. और कई cases में there are parents those who always keep a feeling that I haven't got it in life. I have been deprived of those things. I will so definitely give it to my child. Yes or no? That is also mindset. There are few parents, those who have a mindset, I think this is the definition of love. If I don't give these things to my child will feel my mama doesn't love me, my papa doesn't love me. We take pressure of that as well. Multiple reasons are there. So I'm in line with Vivek's point that things are easily available, and we have our own reasons to give it there and then on the spot.
And shall I add one point to this?
Just a minute. Sunita, I haven't muted anyone. So if unmuting is not happening from your side, could be a technical problem. I request you, if you leave the class and rejoin, this problem will be sorted because at some time it is there. Yes, please, Dipti, go ahead.
So, and also being a parent, like we are also confusing the kids. Like one time we are telling like, no, don't do this, do it, don't do it, and we are putting restrictions. And at the same time we are giving everything. Like we are also confusing the children.
Absolutely good,
Yeah.
right? And many a time with growing ages,
Yes.
In growing ages, especially those who have teens at home, unke साथ तो this is always happening. One day you tell them you are not that grown up, you can't do it. The other day you tell them, beta, you're a grown up child now, why can't you do it?
Yeah.
The child is confused whether I'm a grown up child or not. So we are unable to understand their age, we are unable to understand what exactly we want. Many a time parents come up saying, I don't want my child to do that. The moment we ask a cross question to them, why? They don't have answer. It's just a ichha. It's just a ichha. When parent is saying, fast food बहुत खाता है, तो मैं पूछता हूँ, what's wrong with that? नहीं, अच्छा नहीं होता. कैसे अच्छा नहीं होता? And they don't know. They know it is not good, but they don't know the harm. They never thought of it. They're in a pattern. Few things they just expect without a reason. And when they get into conflict, the grown-up child, when they ask reason, parent doesn't have any reason to give. And believe me, these grown-ups will not take things as it is. They will seek reasons, they seek explanations. Because mama said so is not going to work. We don't have reasons. Just have ichha. That is why, Deepti, this confusion is कि किसी दिन मुझे लगता है कि नहीं होना चाहिए और किसी दिन मुझे लगता है कि कोई बात नहीं. And we keep confusing our kids. This is one point which I got by Puneet, that other children get it. Our kid shouldn't lack the resource. Absolutely. This is also one point where we take our peer pressure. I'm sure you must have experienced something. Social media is very powerful. We know that what is happening in my friend's place, what they are buying, what resources they are providing to their kids. And that also works as a pressure for us. Yes or no? We end up choosing certain things for our kids which is not meant for them. Why we are choosing? Because others are giving. It's not child only is taking peer pressure. We also take it. Agree? That's also one reason. Thanks, Puneet. Yes? Any other reason you have in mind? Why parenting in today's time is getting tougher and complex?
Parents are wanting to replace their scarcity of time with gifts they want to give to the children.
Absolutely. And this is much with those who are working and unable to spend quality time with their kids. So they replace their presence with these gifts, presents, and agreements. It's a guilt which is making them do so. Taken as a point. Good. Yes. If we know that parenting at today's time is getting tougher and complex, you came up with so many points. I really appreciate you for your contributions, but at least we got to know it. And I'm now in prime light that what all reasons we have, why our job is getting tougher and complex. If we agree with most of the reasons which we have came up with, don't you think there has to be some consciousness, mindfulness, and thinking dedicated to it? Let's think about it. If these reasons are working with the word around, can I do something to avoid these reasons to work with me as a parent, with my family? Can I do? Can I mindfully choose not to have that guilt? Can I mindfully choose to control the child's exposure? Can I mindfully choose to give quality time to my child? Can I mindfully choose not to attract that peer pressure? And it will only happen when we know this is going wrong. Yes or no? I'm sure we all have. As parents, we always have aspirations. Yes, Shamama? Yes, Shamama? You have something to contribute?
No, sir, I was just agreeing.
Agreeing to it. Thank you. So the point over here is that we all as parents have a lot of aspirations, a lot of ideas about them. We expect a lot. If things are not happening accordingly, definitely it will be a matter of botheration. And when parent is bothered, they don't keep that botheration with them, they pass on to other side. And when child is bothered, even they don't keep their botheration to them, they pass on to other side. It happens. Yes or no? If they are unhappy, they will pass on to you. If you are frustrated, you pass on to it. There's no filtration to it. If I ask you one more question, and just respond in the chat box. What is that? And I expect all of you to be in the chat box. What is that one trait which you want that your child must have? One trait only. You must write one trait. Think over it and tell me that one trait which you expect that your child must have as they grow in life. So we have responses. Resilience. Okay, that's great. So Kirti highlighted resilience is something which I expect that my child shall have as they grow. Pooja is saying sense of responsibility. Good. Deepthi is saying integrity and honesty. Okay. Patience. Wow. Discipline. Confidence. Great. Quick. I know I'm making you think. Discipline, confidence, and Puneet is saying I don't want. Maybe when you consciously, I ask you to think on it, you may not have anything in mind, but your subconscious is expecting a lot. We can't deny that we not expect anything from child. It sounds good, but in conscious only, subconscious has a different response. Responsibility and kindness, patience. Tina is saying sensible and an all-rounder. When you wrote all-rounder, we understood कि जो लिखा इन सब ने मुझे सब चाहिए. मुझे पेशेंस भी चाहिए, मुझे डिसिप्लिन भी चाहिए, कॉन्फिडेंस भी चाहिए. Okay. Sense that others are different people and can be different. Wonderful, good. That we are unique. Responsibility, empathetic, mental strength, happiness and content. Wonderful, appreciate. Many are there. If you just read others' responses also, if you just read others' responses, I'm sure you will start thinking that this is also something which I want that my child shall grow with. There are certain common expectations. Like as they grow in age, if you are raising them, maybe at one point of time we all want that our kids shall be independent in life. Is there any parent who wants that my child shall be dependent? Tell me. Regardless to gender of child, any parent is there who want their child to be submissive? No, we all want our kids to be bold. Am I right, wrong? Confident. Yes or no? Certain common expectations though we have. At least whether it will happen or not, that's secondary. But at least we expect that as parent, I shall instill these traits in my child. And whatever you wrote in this 1122 traits which you have written: independent, humanity, honesty, happiness, mental strength. Believe me, everything can be achieved through parenting. Everything. You can achieve it if you are conscious. If you create an environment where your child is doing things independently, if you create an environment where you are giving them sense of accomplishment, if you create an environment where they remain happy, if you create an environment where you are not correcting them with punishment and negative reinforcement, if you love, they love the word around. If you become critical, they become critical to the word around. It's all about what they get, what they receive. They will be able to give to the word around. If I want my child to be empathetic, if somebody written over here, humble, sensible, and empathetic, you can do it. You can raise an empathetic child. You can raise a disciplined child. You can raise a child with high amount of integrity and honesty through your parenting. All can be achieved. And definitely it requires your intervention. It requires your intervention as a parent. And if you have to do these intervention as a parent, don't you think you shall be skilled, mindful? Yes or no? If any parent who expect, and we tell them that all this can be achieved through parenting, your intervention is important. The way you talk to them, the way you behave with them, everything is important in their life. It will channelize what you expect. Don't you think a parent need to be aware of all this at least? There are a lot of things which we don't choose to do, but we end up doing it. I'll just give you an example on this. Have you seen parents in your surroundings, those who have gifted gaming consoles and gaming gadgets to their kids. PlayStations, mobile phones, installed certain games in the gadgets. Have you seen? Have you seen in their surroundings? 8 years old child, a 6 years old child, they gifted on their birthdays PlayStations, Xbox, Amazon gaming stick. Sudden, you may have seen kids having their own independent gadgets, phones. The parent who has gifted it, why they have gifted? If we just get to know their intent, why they gifted these gadgets to their kids? What do you think? Any random idea? What do you think? Why they did it? If ever you gifted it. Yes, yes.
So as a techie, I don't have time. So obviously to get rid of my child disturbing me, I give gadgets to him. Okay, go play for some time.
Wonderful. To engage them, to occupy them. One reason. Good. Then, any other reason you think of why parents have done it? Maybe out of trend. The dunya is giving, why don't I give? Yes or no? That could be a reason. Second reason. Any other in your mind? Guilt. Absolutely right. I'm already in a guilt and I see others are giving. Why don't I give it? Taken. Many of them gifted it because they want to see their child happy, entertained, for entertainment purposes. If dunya is getting entertained, why not my child? They shall have all pleasure of life. This is one pleasure. Yes or no? But believe me, there is no parent who has a bad intention while gifting that gadget. Always a good intention, right? Maybe to engage child, maybe to support them, to make them feel good, happy, pleasurable, entertained. No bad intention is there. But the day they will get to know how these 3D view games are biologically changing their brain pattern, how their brain waves are getting impacted, and what exactly is the harm to their brain. There will be no parent who will ever gift for any reason to these things to their child, provided they know the harm. Do we know? Somewhere we know these games are not good. These gadgets are not good. We know this. We know that it's not good, but we don't know the extent of harm attached to these gadgets. The day they will get to know, they will not gift it. So while gifting that gadget, had they ever thought that this can be the harm? No. If they would have been aware of, they wouldn't have gifted it. They wouldn't have bought it. The problem is they don't know a lot of things. And there is no parent who is a bad parent. Every parent is a good parent. You all, you, me, everyone over here is a good parent. But the point is, being good is not enough. In today's time, the problems which you told me that which makes our job tough, being good is not enough. It's all about being effective. It's not about being good. It's about being mindful. It's not about being good. There are a lot of things which we do is not good for them, but we don't know about it. We don't choose it. We end up doing it. Are you getting me? We end up doing it. We don't choose it. And that is where the role of a parent comes in picture. The one who is helping parents to know this in advance, making them mindful, making them effective. It's not that they're going to check their goodness. Every parent is a good parent, regardless to their age, regardless to their income, regardless to their qualification, doesn't matter. It's all about being effective. There are a lot of things which we don't know, which we'll be discussing. When we will be during this discussion, we'll talk about all the challenges, concerns, and parental approaches. You will realize a lot of things. Okay, we never thought of it from this angle. It's all about having a different perspectives to it. Now, if we simply see who's a parent coach, A parent coach is someone who is helping parents to be effective in their role. If we see by a simple definition, if I have to, a single line definition, if I have to give for a parent coach is one who help parents, enable parents to be effective in their role. But if we see a descriptive viewpoint about parent coaching, because if you choose to be a parent coach, at least you shall be knowing what parent coaches do, how they do, and what this role demands. A parent coach is one who help parents with parenting challenges by offering them alternative perspective. When I write alternative perspective over here, one perspective we already have. Whatever you are doing as a parent with your child, you already have one perspective in mind. Anyways, intention is not wrong. You have your own way to do things. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. And as a coach, our job is to offer an alternative perspective, an apt perspective, an apt strategy. And that's not ready made. That apt strategy is totally dependent on what type of problem you have and what are your dynamics at home. If all of you say that my child is throwing tantrums, all of you, if we are right now 21 in the meeting, if all 21 have a common problem, the child is throwing tantrums. Do you think the same solution will work at all places? Can it work?
No.
No. So why? Because maybe Shimama have a joint family and I have a nuclear family. Deepti is in semi-urban area, Komal is in absolute urban area. She's in metro. We all have different place, geography, different culture, different setup, family setup. And even when we say our kids are throwing tantrums, not every child is throwing same type of tantrum. Am I right, wrong?
Right.
Everybody may have a different type of tantrum. Or there's another question to be asked. Since how long they are throwing tantrums? Is it something new? Or it is something our old pattern? क्योंकि tantrum की भी journey है. It starts with choo, cha, and then it ends it throwing things, beating, biting, hitting. Yes or no? शुरू में तो it is choo, cha, and then it increases. So if I simply somebody is telling me that my child is throwing tantrum, it's not enough information to help anyone. We need to know their challenge in detail. So in our profession, there's nothing called ready-made solutions. It's all tailor-made. And if I have to make a tailor-made solution for all 21 of yours about your problem, which is child is throwing tantrums, then I need to have a lot of solutions. Then only I'll be able to serve many. Am I right or wrong? If I have only one perspective as coach, will I be able to help you all? Tell me. If I have only one perspective as a coach, will I be able to help all of you in this situation? If I give you same solution to all of you, it may work in few places, but may not work at all places. Few will be helped, not everyone. I can only help you if first I assessment. In coaching, assessment is very important. When it comes to our system, our model of help, our coaches have very structured approach of assessment. We have our tools of assessment. Knowing child well, knowing parents well, knowing entire dynamics of the family. And then we provide an apt perspective. And to give an apt perspective, I have to have many. Yes or no? अगर मेरे पास एक है तो मैं help नहीं कर पाऊंगा. मेरे पास बहुत perspective होंगे, then only I'll be able to help. And believe me, psychology is all game of perspective. A growth of a coach depends on two things: how fair you are at assessment, and how many perspectives you have of same situation. So as you grow with perspectives, right, you grow as a coach. And that's where we highlight in coaching, it is very important that we shall have tailor-made solutions, then only we'll be able to help the world around. And during the journey of a coach, the excellence lies in Only two things. You have to bring your greatness as a coach only in two areas. One, how fair you do assessments, how thorough you are in your assessments, and second, how many perspectives you have. If I recall, Vivek highlighted one point. He said, I thought I'll get to know something about emotions, behaviors. At least I'll get to know about emotional management, behavior management, because he believed it's all game of emotions. And it is true, when you are dealing with humans, when you're dealing with human behaviors as a remedial educator, as a coach, consultant, counselor, teacher, it's all game of perspectives. Prima facie हमें देखने में तो केस एक जैसे ही लिखते हैं. Everybody is saying my child is throwing tantrum, but the dynamics are different. The problem is different with different people. Yes or no? And that's where assessment plays an important role. And what our coaches do, they do assessments, and further we help them through multiple approaches how they can increase their perspectives. So I'm sure you may have heard of this term parent coach, but you haven't seen them working. Not all of you. Have you seen them working? How do they help people? Maybe an ambiguity about it. How do they work? Tomorrow, when you will become a parent coach, how will you be working? Right? How will you be serving families? How will you be earning? Because that is also some one question, because there are few those who want to build their career in it. Right? Our coaches, those who are at deep, we have three different approaches to help them, to help the families, to help parents. First is personal coaching interventions, where a family will come to you with a problem or with the goal which they have. We do assessment. The first step is always assessment. And after doing assessment, we will be designing coaching interventions for them, solution interventions, action plan for them, which they will be following till the time their problem is resolved or till the time their goal is achieved. This is the most effective way to help families, personal coaching interventions. So what coaches do, they build their own practice of coaching, wherein they help people, those who are in their tribe, those who follow them, to whom they reach through their branding activities, social media activities, and they serve them through this model. Assessments and further one-on-one interventions till the time they resolve their problems. This is the first approach to help. Second approach to help is where many coaches are there, those who have that flair of delivering programs. I'm sure many of you are already into training. How many of you? Those who address larger audience in one go. Stage activities you do. How many of you? Those who are already into addressing larger audience. Parents, adults. How many of you? Any teacher trainers over here? So we have. So those who are addressing larger audience. Namta, Deepthi, Kirti. So those who are already into it, they know that this is also one way to help the word around by doing seminars, workshops, and trainings. In our parental coaching, we are invited by preschools and regular schools. I told you that we are already serving schools. So coaches are serving them in two ways. Coaches get employed also in schools as parent counselors, and they also do workshops and seminars in schools and corporates. Schools to definitely invite them. Nowadays, corporates started inviting parent coaches on family engagement programs. If any one of you is from HR, I'm sure you must have you organize some events for families. So nowadays they invite parent coaches for having work-life balance, how to spend quality time with kids, a lot of topics which are very important for corporate also. So we do workshops and seminars. And the third approach to help parents, which is very popular today, is introducing your own course on parent. I'm sure you see people are running their courses on different things online. Same way, parent coaches are running their programs online and offline, short term and long term. Once you become a parent coach, you will be equipped enough, you will be supported to launch your own course. So our coaches have their own courses on parenting as well, right? For the parents of toddlers, preschoolers, mid-schoolers, teenagers. They have different niche on which they are working, and there are many those who are working in all age brackets. So they have short-term program like 2 days program, and they have long-term program like 3-month program, weekend program, 3-month weekend program, Saturday, Sunday, 1, 2 hours they are conducting, and they have different fee bracket for that. From 500 to 5,000 is a bracket which they charge for these courses. Of course, to run these courses, you need to have advertisements, funnels, you need to have entire structure, which we already have to support you with. You get once you become coach with us. So that's how parent coaches work. 3 different approaches. Tomorrow when you will work, you can opt any approach, or you can approach all approaches. You can opt all approaches. There are few coaches, those who are doing all 3. They do personal interventions also, they do seminars, workshops also, and they have their own courses also. And that is how they serve families, and that is how they earn. Any query you have about it? Anyone? Could be a doubt. If you have, you can ask. Rest, I will share some things, certain things with you. How do they do practically? I'm just telling you, just to understand. How do they do it? No query? Now, I seek your view. Would appreciate your quick response. I earlier also asked this question. I just want to know from you. Do you think the role of a parent is highly important? Do you agree with this fact? The role of a parent is very important role when it comes to development of child. From young age, when we focus on development of child, parents' role is very important. Yes? I hope every parent will agree with the fact that my role is very important in child development. We agree. The second question, which I already asked, do you agree that this role is getting tougher and complex with the challenging and with this changing time? You already responded to this question. If your answer to these 2 questions is any certification is needed for being a parent coach? See, certification, even if you don't have, you can act as a parent because you're a coach. If you're a counselor, you definitely need. But you need a structured content to help people. If you want to help people, Puneet, in parental coaching, you need to have a structured and thorough content, for which you definitely need some training. Anyways, we provide certification, and our certification is valid in India and abroad. We already told you that we are serving developed countries also, Canada, UK, USA, with same certification. People are getting business license there, and people are working in India almost in schools with government organizations, and they are building up their private practice in India. So this certification will surely help you to build your business in India or abroad as per your wish. But I won't say that this certification is much needed. I will not claim this just to sell my product. If you are thorough, if you have good tools, when we use coaching as a term. Coaching doesn't require, it's a rule and enhancement process. It doesn't require any degree, right? It will be a foul claim if I say that you need a certification. But this certification which we provide, at least we don't only provide certification, we provide you a thorough structure, tools. Tools are much needed. Tools to assess, tools to correct, action plan, assignments to parents, which help them improve. So thanks for asking this question. I'm coming back to these 2 questions, which you answered yes. That role of parent is highly important, and this role of parent is getting tougher and complex with the changing time. If answer to these 2 questions is yes, then I seek your viewpoint, and I want to take you back in the history of this mankind. We as society, we as culture, we as humans, whenever we realized that one role for society is very important and it is tough. Just see, we brought standard qualification to do that role effectively. The moment we realized role of a doctor is important and tough, we brought standard qualification to become a doctor. Yes or no? To make it easy. The moment we realized the role of a teacher is very important for society, we brought standard qualification to become a teacher. Yes or no? The moment we realize the role of a lawyer, architect, coder, programmer is important for society and it is tough, we brought standard qualification for same. And it's true to every vocation, every job, every role, whether it is a doctor, engineer, architect, lawyer, even certain skill-based vocations like hairdresser, plumber, electrician, any role which is tough and which is important. For that, we have basic qualification. Some basic do's and don'ts. Yes or no? We have basic do's and don'ts for the same. And you just agreed this role of a parent is very important. And you just agreed it is getting tougher and complex. The most important role, and it is also getting tougher and complex. Do we have any qualification available for that? Tell me. Have you got any training how to raise your kids? After first 6 months of your child's birth, initially तो I'm sure कोई relative आया होगा, कोई बुजुर्ग आया होगा कि इसको ऐसे नहलवाना है, छोटे बच्चे को ऐसे खिलाना है. Have you got any viewpoint, any training post that? How to talk to them, how to correct them, how to deal with them? Have you got? Honestly, tell me. Tell me. No. And we just agreed it is the role is getting tough. It's highly important. And with nobody to tell us. We all are applying our own wisdom. All parents over here, they apply their own experience on wisdom. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Right? But nobody is telling us. Maybe for many of you, it could be first time we are talking about it. First time you got into a forum and we talk about parenting. Maybe for someone. And we are talking about parenting, the right and wrong about it, effective and ineffective about it. Yes. Don't you think some basic standard guidelines shall be there? This to be done, this not to be done, do's and don'ts? It's instinct based, absolutely right. Instinct based. One thing is common with us. We want to be great. We want to be good parent. And we all are. By intent, so we all are good, great. But by approach, we may have a different way to deal with things. Means I'm just asking this question, just think and respond. All those who are parents over here, just read it and respond to it. Do you agree that sometimes unknowingly, unwantedly, unconsciously, as parents, our actions, our behaviors, and our approaches harm our kids? It harms their emotions and sometimes it hinders the growth. Do you agree? Do you confess? Nobody is going to do it knowingly, but unknowingly, unwantedly, and unconsciously, our actions, approaches, and behavior may harm their emotions. It may hinder their growth. I seek your viewpoint. Agree? Then it's not about being good. It's about being mindful. It's not about being good. You all are great parents. Nobody is going to do harm their child intentionally, but unknowingly, unintentionally, we may end up doing it. Means even if our intent is great, approach may be wrong. And it's all about being effective. It's all about approach. It's not about intent. Because many a time parents come and say, I child my best. How can a parent coach can help me? I know my child best. मुझसे better कौन जानता है? So how can as a coach you can help me? No, we don't claim that we know your child better than you. We don't claim. But we'll be able to help you to see what you can't see. That's very important. Perspective. There are a lot of dimensions to the same thing. और जब मैं एक जगह पे देख के बैठ के किसी एक चीज को देखूंगा तो I would be able to see one dimension only, and there are multiple other dimensions. But a coach can help them, because I told you coaches are great when it comes to their perspectives. उसके पास एक ही चीज को देखने के मल्टीपल नजरिए होंगे, और ये नजरिया बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. The perspective is very important. And you may not see that what a coach can help you to see. Just to understand it, I just asked this question to parents, and I'm asking you all. Does it happen with you sometime that you are busy in something, as you are right now attending this class, you are busy doing something, and your child wants to talk to you. They want to show you something, but you are unable to attend them properly. You are unable to listen to them. Happens? Tell me. Does it happen? Let me show you something. A situation. Give me a moment. Yes. So I just want to have your view on this. Just have a look on this image. I hope it's visible now. There's an image over here, an infographic. Many of you are in the same situation right now when you're attending this class. Yes or no? You're working on your computer, on your laptop. This father is working and the daughter came. If anyone can read it for me. Anyone? Yes, Sunita, go ahead.
Daddy, look what I made. Keep on talking. I am listening.
The daughter is saying, Daddy, look what I made. And father is saying, keep on talking. I'm listening.
I'm listening.
Right? Now this, if you see this observation, the child is expecting eyes of the father and father is offering ears. Now you tell me, is it a rare situation in the families? What is happening here? Is it a rare situation? Tell me.
No, that's so common. I mean, usually in every home we do in the same manner.
Taken.
Like either one time or many times.
Maybe many times, unknowingly. So if it frequently happens with child, I just want to check with you, what is your understanding? And if you unmute and speak, if this happens with this child, she has done something, drafted something, crafted, she want to show that father or mother. And this is the response. What will be the emotions of this child? Tell me, if it happens frequently.
Interest of the child loses.
One, interest of the child loses in what? In sharing things with father. Yes or no?
Yes.
They will be discouraged to share things with the father. One damage can happen. Any other?
Child will feel demotivated.
The child will feel demotivated. Maybe she may stop drawing these things. Possible. She may stop taking initiative. Taken. Good.
She will not be able to have some faith in her father that he is interested in her. So I have seen many children behave in this situation as it's a bad father. Papa doesn't listen
Maybe.
to me. They have this thought in their brains,
Even if they
and
don't
it gets
speak.
inculcated.
Even if they don't speak, but there will be definitely a bad feeling. Yes or no?
Yeah, they
A
will be
bad
discouraged.
or sad feeling can be there at child's. The child may be discouraged to share things with parent. Child may be discouraged to take the initiative even. These can be the damages if this is happening frequently. And if I go and ask this father, do you want this damage? Do you want to happen with your child? What will be the answer of that father? If I go and ask them, do you think he is doing it intentionally? Do we do it intentionally? Tell me.
No.
No, we don't do it intentionally. He is not doing it intentionally. Then why he is doing it? then why he's doing it?
Work commitments.
Work commitments. What he is doing right now is more important than what she brought. Am I right? Now, if you ask that father, okay, consciously ask them, maybe it's not in their conscious minds, but subconsciously, somewhere we wait. We wait. Okay, what I am doing right now is so important. It is boss ka phone hai, or something like that. This training is going on. It is very important. We have paid for it. We start weighing it. What's big and what's small. But if we think from a parent's perspective, adult perspective, so what you are doing is definitely always bigger than what she brought. उसके पास अब आपके काम जितना important कुछ नहीं है. They will to 99% they will bring something small to you compared to what you are doing. Then to 99% you will be avoiding them. If this is the mindset, if you start weighing it, prioritizing it, are you getting me? And it's all game of mind. Listening doesn't require any skill. Listening is all mindset. A decision that I'm going to listen to my child when they are around, if they want my attention. In this case, the entire scenario will change. The entire scenario will change the moment child will come up with the bleeding finger. Change. See, the game will change. If the child will come up, oh, Papa, I got hurt. Papa, it is bleeding. Then entire priorities will change. No work is important. Believe me. It's all game of mindset. And subconsciously we prioritize. Maybe we don't know what is the outcome. We never consciously thought about it. And it says, if you don't listen to the small talks today, they will not listen to your big talks tomorrow. Be ready for that. आज जब भी हम बात करते हैं ना, मतलब यूजुअली मैं पेरेंट्स से बात करता हूँ, एक कॉमन सी वर्डिंग, शायद आप में से कई एडुकेटर्स हैं जो कॉमनली सुनेंगे पेरेंट्स को कि दे आर नॉट लिसनिंग टू अस. ये सुनता नहीं है, ये सुनता नहीं है, ये सुनता नहीं है ना? A common complaint, they are not listening to us because unknowingly you don't listen to them. You haven't listened to the small talks because it is small for you. What she drawn on the paper is small for you. It's pretty big for her. For her, it's an accomplishment. जो मैंगो बनाया ना उसने पेपर पे, उसके लिए that is accomplishment. Maybe for you it's small. What you do is more important. If you start dealing with your child with adult mindset, फिर ज्यादातर गलती ही होगी. Are you getting me? Then ज्यादातर गलती ही होगी if you start dealing with that adult mindset with them. Are you getting me?
Yes.
And इस केस में देख एक और फैक्ट शेयर करता हूँ. You can write it down. Very interesting fact about toddlers and preschoolers especially. It says that their emotions are momentary. They don't have sustainable emotions. This child who came up with an excitement, see Papa what I made. This excitement will not last for long. After 5-7 minutes, this excitement will not be there. Maybe वो page वहां पे होगा, वो drawing will be there, but that excitement will not be there. If you don't have time to address what she brought, at least address the emotion. उसे तो कर देंगे चाहे. उसके लिए कितना टाइम लगेगा? We are not asking parents to demean their work, avoid their work, right? Don't avoid it. आप करो अपना काम. It must be important, but कम से कम address their presence, address their emotion. And how much time it will take to address this child, just to address their emotion which she brought? Tell me. I'll just act it. If I'm that parent working on the laptop, my child brought, I'll say, oh wow, beautiful. I want to see it properly. Give me 10 minutes, I'll be free and I will come back. How much time it took to address that emotion? How much time?
Just a second.
Maybe 4 seconds, 5 seconds, maximum 10 seconds. 10 seconds में मेरा काम नहीं रुक रहा. There's nothing like that I can stop this video 4-5 seconds and I'll address my child. Many a time, if your child is around, they are just looking up to you and you just make an eye contact, it's enough. You addressed their presence. Just waving some time while working is enough. You addressed their presence. You addressed their emotions. It's enough. And that doesn't need any skill. उसके लिए काम छोड़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. It's just a mindset. If you made up your mind, okay, when my child is around, I'll be conscious about their presence. Automatically, you'll start addressing their presence and their emotions automatically. It's all mindset. We actually are so patterned in our in our communications कि हम भूल जाते हैं कि हम बच्चे से डील कर रहे हैं. With adult mindset we start dealing with them. और अगर adult mindset से डील करोगे फिर उसकी सारी बातें छोटी छोटी ही लगेगी, बड़ी कोई नहीं लगेगी. और आप में से कुछ लोग प्री स्कूल भी रन कर रहे हैं ना, those who are teachers to preschool. एक और you will see a behavior with these kids, especially those who are attention seekers, those praise seeker kids. There are personalities which are influential and praise seeker. We'll discuss this personality profiling in the program. तो वो जो बच्चे हैं उनकी अगर आप छोटी छोटी बातें नहीं सुनोगे ना, if you don't listen to their small small talks, they will start cooking big big talks, which is not true. They will cook it out of their imagination. So you know, Papa, there were worms in our water tank, Papa. उसने देखा कि पापा को जब आई गो एंड टेल कि आज हमने ये किया, मैंने ये किया, तो पापा इज बिजी नॉट लिसनिंग. बट द मोमेंट आई सेड पापा यू नो देयर वर वर्म्स इन द वाटर टैंक, इमीडिएटली पापा ने सबको छोड़ के पूछना शुरू कर दिया, आपने पानी तो नहीं पिया था, ऐसे कैसे हो गया, हाउ कैन दिस, देयर कैन बी वर्म्स, लेट मी गो टू द स्कूल. वो अगले दिन स्कूल भी पहुंच जाता लड़ने के लिए. हैपेंस. Preschool wale, I'm sure you will be experiencing, the child told something to parents and parents came next morning to check, and they are unable to identify why child is lying. They are lying because they are not listening to, you are not listening to their small small talks. That is why they have to come up with that gup, that big talk which they cook, which is coming out of their imagination, which is fiction, not real. Why? Because we don't listen to them. Are we doing it knowingly, intentionally? No. This requires mindfulness, which we are trying to bring. I just brought this point in light, right? So, coming back to that point which I asked you, I have to switch now. Do you think they will come back? They will be encouraged to share these things again with you? Does it happen with you that many a times after behaving in certain way with our kids, right, after behaving in certain way with our kids, we feel bad about our actions? Yes. Does it happen that once you behaved or dealt with your kids, later you repent on your actions? Happens?
Yes.
If you are repenting on your behavior after behaving, that means you know what is right and wrong. तभी guilt आ रहा है. तभी we are repenting कि why I became angry, why I hurt my child. That means you know what you did was wrong, but still you did it. Why? Give me one reason. Still we behaved that way, still we acted that way. We knew it is not good, it's not right way. Why? Why? Because you were angry at that time. You were frustrated at that time. You were irritated at that time. It was your reaction. It was not your conscious response. No control over self. हमारी आदत क्या है? The moment we catch our child doing something wrong, we feel triggered to correct them on the spot. और जब भी कोई गलती देखते पकड़ूंगा बच्चे को तो मेरे इमोशन सही नहीं होंगे for sure. If I caught my child doing mistake, I may be angry, I may be frustrated. If I have given so many instructions and still they are doing it, I may be irritated. Yes or no? Or if they are doing something dangerous, I may be fearful, threatful. And when your emotions are on top and at that time if you choose to correct your child, so will you be able to respond? It will always be reaction. It will always be reaction, or reactions are never in control. It's out of control. And why this mistake is happening? Because you chosen a wrong time to correct, when you are under the impact of strong emotions. But it is normal. और आपको चीज बताऊं, the maximum relationship we have spoiled in life, we have spoiled because of this only. We intentionally never wanted to give something back to them. It's just that we were not in our control. And why we were not in our control? Because we chose in the wrong time. एक बड़ा famous narrative है which we live with, हमारा belief में है. That narrative is strike when the iron is hot. We all heard it. We heard it from young age. Strike when the iron is hot. Strike when the iron is hot. Or this works wonders. This works wonders in shaping the metals. When metal is hot, you strike, you will be able to shape that metal. But it doesn't work wonders while shaping the kids, while shaping their behaviors, while shaping their characters. It works ulta rather. The rule says strike when you are calm, not when you are hot. When you are calm, when you are cool, that's the right time to strike. But we do always ulta. The moment when I'm angry, when I'm frustrated, that is the time I choose to correct my child. And that is why we end up behaving in uncontrolled ways. We don't, and that is why we repent. Are you getting me? And it takes, and अगर मैं किसी को बोलूं कि जी आप गुस्सा मत करो, you don't feel irritated, you don't feel frustrated, it's not possible. It's not possible. If I love my child, I will definitely have fear. If I have certain expectations, right, I will definitely have irritation or frustration and anger if those expectations are not there. तो ये बड़ा natural है. अगर मैं किसी को बोलूं कि आप अपने emotion को control कर लो, you will not be able to control it. भगवान जी भी नहीं कर पाए. उनको भी गुस्सा था, उनको भी शायद उनके भी इमोशंस ऐसे थे. When we tell the word around that you don't be angry, don't be frustrated, don't have expectations, it's very tough, believe me. संत बनना पड़ जाएगा. मुझे लगता है उनको भी है, उनमें भी है एंगर, उनमें भी फ्रस्ट्रेशन, उनमें भी इरिटेशन. We are not asking them to control their emotions. We have to tell them that choose a calm time to correct. I don't control my emotion. I just wait. At the moment it will settle, then I'll choose to correct. अगर मुझे दिखाए कि उसने गलती की है, and I know that I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I'll wait till the time my emotions, the strong emotion which is there with me, it gets cool. The moment I ensure that I'm calm, I'll go and strike, I'll go and correct. Just we haven't decided कि मैं control करूंगा emotion. मैंने सिर्फ ये decide किया है कि I'll not correct when I'm angry. I'll not correct when I'm frustrated or irritated. This is still possible. This is doable. It is doable. You can do it, provided you are conscious about it, that what you are going to do. Are you getting me? So what is the rule? The rule says strike when it is cool, strike when it is calm. When you ensure that I'm in the right state of mind, I'm going to strike. But have we ever thought of it? Do we choose it? No. It's just that we just go according to our flow. We end up reacting to situations rather than responding. And you can only respond, you can only think to respond when you are calm. You will not be able to do it when you are angry, frustrated, irritated. और किसी को ये कहें कि आप मत हो एंग्री, ये पॉसिबल नहीं होगा. But we can train them. They can train themselves to just choose a right time to correct. And what is the right time? 2 घंटे बाद, 1 घंटे बाद, या 5 minutes बाद? What is the right time? Any time when you think you are calm. It may be after 5 minutes, maybe after 1 hour, maybe after 1 day. It's absolutely based on your emotions. Are you getting me? Many times we compare our kids with others, and many parents do, and they call it healthy comparison. Maybe you may not be doing it. Halki, if I asked you, how many of you don't compare your kids with others? Many of you will be there, they will be saying, I don't do it. And it's true. You may not be doing it if you are conscious about it. If you consciously choose that I don't want to compare my child with anyone else, right? You can succeed. At least you will not speak that comparison in front of your child. But if I ask you a question that, can you control your brain not to compare? Can you control your thoughts, brain, not to compare things? Can we succeed in that? Can we zero down comparison over here in this mind? Tell me. What do you think? It says that you can bring it down. You can bring it down, but you can't zero it down. It's not possible. Since we have expectations, और हमारी tendency क्या है कि when things are not going great, then only we compare. We compare our kids on what is not there. What is there, for that we never compare. Agree? Yes or no? What's not there becomes a premise of comparison. And over here, we will not be able to control until we decide, until we know our kids better. So my question is, there are few parents those who come up saying, okay, we do it for healthy ways. We do it for healthy competition, for positive way we compare our kids. Do you think there is any positive thing about comparison? Tell me. Do you think? The only thing positive is parents' intent. The receiver is always getting it negative. There's always a negative impact on the receiver. देने वाले की इंटेंशन पॉजिटिव या नेगेटिव हो सकती है, पर रिसीवर के लिए whether it is healthy, unhealthy, positive or negative, in both the cases they are feeling bad. There's always a negative impact. जैसे एग्जांपल के तौर पे अगर मैं ये कहूं आपको, see, I just completed another batch, they were so participative, those guys were participating a lot, and they're all were keeping their videos on consciously. If I tell you, my intention is I want to motivate you, I want to inspire you, that you open up your videos, open up yourself, ask questions, discuss, contribute. My intention is good, but I'm sure I'm passing on the bad feeling to you. तो पहला दिन है, अभी सेटल नहीं हुए, and you are asking, you are comparing us with others. We are different. I'm sure this feeling will pop up. Am I right, wrong? My intention may be right, but the experience will always be negative. There's nothing called good about comparison. Nothing called healthy. This is something which we need to tell parents. We need to talk about it. So what is the negative impact of comparison? Now we discuss this topic in detail, but I'm just trying to establish a point. And parents say that I know my child better. Do I need coaching? Do I need any gyan on parenting? I just want to establish there are a lot of things which actually we don't know. A lot of things which we want somewhere in a different way, we end up doing in a different way. We don't choose it, we end up doing it. अब अगर मैं आपसे पहले भी I asked a question, and I'm asking same question to you all, and I seek a quick response on this. That how many of you want your kids to be independent early in life? As parent, how many of you have expectation that kids shall be independent, they shall not be dependent on others? How many of you? Quick. If I ask this question to 1,000 parents, do you think any parent will be there who will be saying that I don't want my child to be independent, I want my child to be dependent? Do you think any parent is there? No. Every parent wants that my child shall be independent early in life. They shall not be dependent on others. They shall be bold. They shall be expressive. confident. We all want. But the way we are doing parenting, it shows a different picture altogether. Researchers highlight, there are a lot of researches being done in India also, which highlights that 60 to 65% parents in urban and semi-urban areas, 60 to 65% parents are doing parenting other way around. Their parenting is not making their child independent, rather their parenting is making them dependent. They are doing overprotective parenting. They are doing helicopter parenting, where a child can do certain things, but they are not allowed to do those things. Yes or no? See your surroundings. A child can do something according to their age, but they are not allowed to do. Somebody else is doing it for them. That somebody else is house help. That somebody else is parent. Yes or no? Are we really making them independent? Tell me. Really? Those who are doing helicopter parenting with their kids, are they really preparing their child for this tough word which is there? एक तरफ तो हम कह रहे हैं कि दुनिया बड़ी टफ हो रही है, it is getting adverse, it is getting volatile, it is getting uncertain, it's getting VUCA. At one place though we are saying it's adverse. On other hand, we are making our kids dependent. Are we really preparing them for that? Something which they can do in 3 years of age, we expect them to do when they're 6 years of age. Something which they can do in 6 years of age, we are expecting them to do when they'll be 10 years or 12 years. It is we who postpone their independence. Yes or no? Haven't you seen in your surroundings that there are 11, 12, 13 years old kids, those are being feeded by their parents? Seen? And by milestones, a 3-year-old child can be an independent eater. By any time, by any means, a 3-year-old child can independently eat, even more earlier than that. A maximum I am talking about. 3-year-old child can be an independent eater. They can hold things, they can hold the fork, they can hold the spoon. But आपने देखा होगा 12, 13 साल के बच्चे, they're being beaten by the parents. Have you noticed when you go to pick your kids, you drop your kids, the child is walking, the child can pick up their lighter bag, but a parent is picking it up. Child has to get into the car, they can independently get into the car, but parent is holding them and putting them into the car. Yes or no? Child is trying to climb, और हम क्या करते हैं? Instead of helping the child to climb, हम उसे पकड़ेंगे और वहां बिठा देंगे जहां उसने पहुंचना है. Are you really helping your kids? Tell me. If child has to open up this bottleneck, definitely it may be tougher for them. I'm not making it easy for them by making it a bit loosen or telling them how to hold it. हम bottle open करके पकड़ा देंगे. Are you really helping? Are you making them independent? Are you? Are we? No. But we never thought about it. I thought that this is my job. This is तो my job. मैंने अभी IT की जॉब छोड़ी है, इतनी सैलरी छोड़ी है, इसलिए तो छोड़ी है. For parenting, this is my job. This is my job to do things for them. Yes or no? Many of us thought this is parenting. कई इसलिए भी करते हैं कि बड़ा बच्चा ना स्लो बहुत करता है, इसीलिए. And we keep doing it for them. Yes or no? The kind of pressure I've seen among parents, I'll tell you an incident. एक parent आया मेरे पास, right? And when we talk about parenting, it has nothing to do with your formal education. Doesn't matter you are a PhD, you're a this MA, BA, BCom, MCom. Doesn't matter because that's different. Parenting is different. We haven't yet been told about those things, right? A parent came to me who was a doctor. She took a sabbatical, right? She was in a government job. She took a sabbatical to raise the child effectively. Of course, I'm sure everybody's, when you have a child, you take this. So she said, okay, one day she was sharing an incident with me. She was sharing her guilt with me, her pain. She said, sir, one day I used to dress and undress my child. A 4 years old child. She was dressing the child. और इमीडिएटली उसे याद आया कि उसने किचन में कुछ रखा हुआ है जो उबल रहा था. तो अभी उसकी टी शर्ट पूरी पहनाई नहीं थी, तो इमीडिएटली शी हैज टू रश फॉर इन द किचन टू सी दैट. तो उसने जाके उसे बंद कर दिया जल्दी जल्दी. द मोमेंट शी केम बैक, बच्चे ने अपने आप टी शर्ट पहन ली. अब मुझे ये बताओ, इस सिचुएशन में पेरेंट को हैप्पी होना चाहिए या दुखी? टेल मी.
हैप्पी हैप्पी हैप्पी.
खुश होना चाहिए कि बच्चे ने खुद पहन ली टी शर्ट. दे लर्न हाउ टू वेयर द टी शर्ट एट देयर ओन. यस और नो? यू नो व्हाट शी सेड? शी सेड आई स्टार्टेड फीलिंग बैड. तो मैंने क्यों किचन में वो रखा जब बच्चे को तैयार करना था, उसे खुद पहननी पड़ गई, उसे खुद टी शर्ट पहननी पड़ गई. शी वाज इन दैट स्ट्रेस. कैन यू इमेजिन what is going on in our mindset? Consciously we think something different and subconsciously we do something else. Consciously all of you agreed that we shall be making them independent. But I told you, हमारे जैसे पेरेंट हैं 65% in urban and semi-urban areas, those who are doing parenting other way around. You know, बच्चे के लिए तो बेड से खुद उतरना और खुद चढ़ना, उसके लिए वो भी एक अकम्पलिशमेंट है. बट वी थिंक नहीं, तुम गिर जाओगे, मैं बताता हूँ, मैं चढ़ाऊंगा, मैं उतारूंगा. You don't climb, you fell down, I'll do it for you. Yes or no? On the name of help, we keep doing things for them. And by doing things for child, are you enabling them? Are you making them independent? Tell me. We are rather making them dependent. And that's an alarming point. Though I am not giving you any solution, but I'm just sharing with you when a parent feels that how a coach can help you. There are a lot of things which we never thought, a lot of things which we are not mindful about. We just end up doing those things which doesn't matches our goals. It doesn't matches our goal. Are you getting me? And that's where parental coaching is going to play an important role. A coach will be important in their life. A lot of problems we are attracting today in parenting. It's not something which we have chosen. It's just something which we are not at all aware of, what's right and what's wrong. आजकल आपने नोटिस किया होगा, एक 2 साल के बच्चे को भी पता होता है कि कौन सा काम किससे करवाना. ये सुनो, एक 2.5-3 साल के बच्चे को पता है कि इसके लिए आई हैव टू गो टू मम्मा, फॉर दिस आई हैव टू गो टू दादू, फॉर दिस आई गो टू पापा. ये सुनो, क्या हमने पर्ची पे लिख के दिया है कि दीज आर मम्मा's जॉब, दीज आर पापा's जॉब एंड दीज आर दादू's जॉब? Had we? No. Then how do they know it? Because our conduct, our actions in front of them, our disagreements are very much visible to a young child. एक 2 साल के बच्चे को हम कहते हैं ये बड़ा स्मार्ट है, ये बच्चा बड़ा स्मार्ट है, इसको पता चल गया कि दादू से करवाना है. We say they are smart. Actually, it's not smartness. Just to share with you, there's another biofact about toddlers, that they don't have cognitive brain. They can't logically think. Their cognitive thinking has yet to grow. वो अभी नहीं है. अभी तो जो वो देख रहा है वो उसके ब्रेन को कंडीशन कर रहा है. It's a concept called classical conditioning. So we are conditioning their brain by showcasing different viewpoint in front of them, by showcasing our disagreements to them. और कोई बड़े डिसएग्रीमेंट नहीं, बड़े प्यार से भी होते हैं कई. The child demanded something, mama saying, no beta, you're not going to get chocolate. And there's somebody else who's saying, दे दो ना, फिर क्या हो गया? In a very light manner, we showcase it. Yes or no? Happens. And sometimes it becomes louder also. I've seen many cases, parents start negotiating in front of child. They start getting into argument in front of child about child related topics. Happens. Do you see? Have you experienced? We may have experienced it. Do we really choose it? Don't you think this child will take advantage of it? They are already taking advantage of it. And as they are growing, they will take a manipulative advantage of it. और जिस एडवांटेज की मैं बात कर रहा हूं ना, ये उसके लिए एडवांटेज नहीं है, एक्चुअली उसके लिए डिसएडवांटेज है. बिकॉज दे आर एनीवेज गोइंग टू यूज इट फॉर गेटिंग समथिंग व्हिच इज अनहेल्दी टू देम, व्हिच इज नॉट गुड फॉर देम. Are you getting me? It's not advantage, but we don't choose it. We don't choose it. Lack of consensus among parents is not a chosen problem. It's just that we never think about it. We are not into right practices. Are we really? और ये सच है कि दो लोग एक जैसा सोच नहीं सकते, पर अगर वो चाहें तो सोच सकते हैं. If they communicate frequently about child related topics. Yes, two people can think alike. Two people can feel alike on a common topic, provided they talk. Provided they talk. Do we really talk? That's a big point. Do we talk in a structured way at home? आपने कभी नोटिस किया कि दो दोस्त कई बार एक जैसा सोचना शुरू कर देते हैं, बेस्ट बडीज, एक ही सिचुएशन में एक जैसा दिमाग चलता है. हैव यू एक्सपीरियंस्ड? husband wife after some good years of relationship, they start thinking alike, feeling alike. Happens. Do you know why? Because they talk a lot, they communicate a lot. और जिस रिलेशनशिप में हम कम्युनिकेट नहीं करते स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में या फ्रीक्वेंसी में, वहां से हम ये भी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते कि वी दे शैल थिंक लाइक अस. जब पेरेंट्स कहते हैं ना कि वी तो अंडरस्टैंड, वी हस्बैंड वाइफ तो अंडरस्टैंड, बट ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स डोंट अंडरस्टैंड. They are not in consensus. So my question is, the kind of frequency you both have in communication, do you have with grandparents? Tell me. If not, then it is obvious. How can two brains think alike? ये जो डिस्कशन चल रही है आज, फिलहाल अभी शुरू हुई है. We have 2 more days to go. There will be a lot of alarming facts I'll be sharing, new things I'll be sharing. पर जो भी चल रहा है, इसमें कई ऐसी चीजें होंगी which was absolutely new to you, जो आपने सोची नहीं अभी तक, but एकदम it struck in your mind when I shared it. Happened? A new perspective I shared. If I shared a new perspective which was not there with you, right? हो सकता है कि immediately आप उसे accept ना कर पाओ, हो सकता है वो आपके existing perspective से contradictory हो. But what you are doing right now is you are trying to understand. You are trying to understand. That is why you are able to understand. And I am trying to explain. अगर हम दोनों में से एक पार्टी एफर्ट करना बंद कर दे, वी विल नॉट बी ऑन कॉमन पेज. आप अंडरस्टैंड करना बंद कर दो, मैं एक्सप्लेन करना बंद कर देता हूँ, मैं एग्जांपल देनी बंद कर देता हूँ, मैं डिटेल करना बंद कर दूंगा, तो क्या होगा? मैं एक स्टेटमेंट दूंगा, उसकी कोई एक्सप्लेनेशन नहीं, यू विल बी इन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट विद दैट. ये सुनो, जैसे मैं आपको इसका एक छोटा सा उदाहरण देता हूं. अगर मैं इस सेशन में आके ये बोलूं in a very exciting ways, in a loud ways, you know, we shall love our kids in abundance. We shall give them love unconditional. In abundance, we shall love them. We shall never put love on bargain. This is my view. I shared with you. How many of you are in line with this view? How many of you like this idea when I say that love shall be given in abundance, unconditional? Love shall not be put on bargain. How many of you like this idea? This is my view, my idea. I live with it. How many of you like it? Tell me. संचिता, agree? Few agree. कईयों के दिमाग में चल रहा होगा, honestly बताना कि 50-50. Wake is saying 50-50 means there's something going in mind. कि how can I love every time? If we give them love in abundance, they may get spoiled. हो सकता है ना व्यू दिमाग में? Yes or no? So my point is, if I share this type of quote with you and I don't give explanation and if I don't address your apprehensions to it, फिर क्या होगा? फिर एक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रह जाएगा दिमाग में until there is explanation. मेरे जैसा हम आजकल देखते हैं रील्स 30 सेकंड्स वाली, 60 सेकंड्स वाली, जिसमें कोई आता है और बोलता है कि this we shall praise our kids in abundance. Praise is that powerful weapon which will get things done. Sounds good. Sounds good. But when I say praise shall be given in abundance, there will be many parents, those will be disconnected. अगर ओवर प्रेज करेंगे तो बच्चा ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट हो जाएगा. ये सुनो, एक व्यू आता है ना दिमाग में. They will not value praise if you always keep praising them. They will not value praise. They will be overconfident. फिर तो वो काम करना छोड़ देगा. उसे प्रेज कर दिया तो आगे बढ़ना बंद कर देगा. There are many those who think that. So ये statement will be contradictory if I don't explain it, if I don't detail it, if I don't tell you how to love, how to praise, what is the definition of unconditional love, and how to give unconditional love. If I don't explain it, there will definitely be a conflict. Are you getting my point? So conflict is very natural if there is no communication and there is no detailed communication. And what happens at home many a time, we share our feelings, we share our emotions, we instruct our elders at home. And do you think they're going to take it? Do you think I'll go and instruct my mom कि आप ऐसा मत करो? She's going to take it. Doesn't matter कि मैं दुनिया का बेहतरीन कोच हूँ, उसे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. If I go and tell my mom, Mama, I noticed that you are giving phone to her a lot. Her concentration is going bad now. And she is negotiating with you most of the time. She's not negotiating with me. You end up giving phone to her. Mama, you have to be very strict with her. Do you think my mama is going to take it? She'll say कि तुम चुप रहो. I know. तुम्हारे जैसे मैंने 3 raise किए. You will tell me how to raise the kids. Why? Because I blamed her. Because I instructed my mom. And actually we do this mistake. We forget that we are talking to adults. We are talking to adults with high ego. And at home, conflicts are not because of different ideologies. It's majorly because of this inappropriate communication patterns. We forget. Right? Unintentionally, we end up hurting each other. Unintentionally, we instruct. और कोई adult instruction नहीं लेता. आप भी नहीं लोगे. अगर आपको कोई आके बताए कि आप गलत कर रहे हो, you have to do this way. Nobody is going to take blame. Right? Many a time you must have noticed, parents, or maybe you have done it. कभी ऐसा हुआ कि आपने कुछ एक्स्ट्रा करवाने के लिए, कुछ बच्चे से करवाने के लिए you offered them something extra. कभी हुआ ऐसा? That you given a condition to them, if you do this, you'll get this. Okay? Had it happened? If you eat food in time, I'll give you extra screen time. If you do your homework, you'll get ice cream. If you do this, we'll go to park. If you do this, we'll go to watch. We'll go to restaurant. Happened. Honestly.
Sometimes.
Sometime it happened. किसी के साथ many time भी हुआ. And if you did it once, twice, it's okay. But if you are doing it and you got a tool to get things done, you feel I got a Ramban to get things done. कि दो और करवा लो काम. You don't know what you're doing. This turns out to be a bribe model at home. If we keep doing this very frequently, then you are discouraging your child to do something in life. They will not be doing things according to their potentials. They will always be seeking something extra. और जब तक दे रहे हो करवा लो. और एक दिन आएगा जिस दिन उसको एक्स्ट्रा भी अट्रैक्ट करना बंद कर देगा. Because they are not doing things out of their role, duty, or responsibility. They are doing it for that extra. If you give extra, you get things done. अब कुछ चीजें ऐसी हैं which is not, they are not doing to do a favor on you. Like for example, if child is eating food, are they eating food for themselves or for you? क्या मैसेज होना चाहिए उसके दिमाग में? Are they doing it for as a favor on parent, or it is their prime need of life? Tell me.
Their requirement.
It is their requirement. It's not a favor on parent. But what we end up doing, we establish a message in their mind, okay, you are doing favor on me. That is why I'm compensating it. Okay, beta tum khao, I'll give you extra. I'll give you ice cream. I'll give you extra screen time. Are we really introducing it as their life requirement, as their need? We are proposing it as if it's a favor on me. They eat to get that extra. I give that extra as if they are doing it for me. Wrong message we establish many a time for many things. And the problem is, when you start bribing them for one thing, they start expecting it on everything. Are you getting me? if you give them on this eating, for example, the child was a fussy eater, and just to encourage them to eat, you started giving them extra, right? You started giving them extra so that they eat, and they started eating. The next level will be, until you give extra, they'll not eat, and gradually they will seek that extra on other things also. They'll expect it on studies also. They'll expect it on taking bath also. They'll be expecting it on brushing the teeth also. That extra becomes their right. That is the mindset. When you keep giving extra, that becomes their right. And now they restrict not to do those things. क्योंकि अगर वो हाँ कर देगा तो उसे एक्स्ट्रा नहीं मिलेगा, अगर वो डिनाइल में होगा तभी एक्स्ट्रा मिलेगा. And you are attracting denial of your child. You are training your child to say no to you all the time, because then only you will be offering something extra. Yes or no? Are we doing it knowingly? It's many things we are doing are out of pattern because we have seen it. It works. Few things works initially. We don't know the outcome of it. And we keep doing it. We keep offering them extra. And the childs, when they start getting extra all the time, they now see that extra as their right. Until that extra is there, they don't feel like working. They not put their effort. और ये हमारे साथ भी होता है. हमें जब कोई भी ब्रांड, कोई आपकी कोई भी सर्विस आपको एक्स्ट्रा देना शुरू कर देती है ना, that extra becomes your right. If they don't give you extra, then you see it unfair approach, unfair service, unfair pricing happens. आप में से are there people those who order food on Zomato or Swiggy? How many of you? Those who order food on Zomato, Swiggy, Uber Eats?
Yes.
Yes, do we order? हो सकता है आज भी ऑर्डर किया हो क्योंकि आपने क्लास लगानी, आज क्लास है तो आज बाहर से मंगा लगता है. Maybe if you order food on Swiggy, and you must have noticed that they give you a lot of extras, 20% off, 30% off, 60% off. We get so habitual of that percentage discount. One day when you are about to order food of $1,000 and there is no scheme with you, no code with you, आपको पता क्या लगना शुरू हो जाता है? 1000 रुपए में 1000 का ही फूड मिल रहा है और आपको लग रहा है कि ये महंगा है. Yes or no? You see that it is unfair pricing because I don't have that coupon code today. Agree? It happened with you ever that you felt restricted कि करूं कि ना करूं order, or shall I check on other app? देखता हूं वहां हो शायद code. Happened? Why? It's not कि पैसे हम ज्यादा खर्चते हैं कम खर्चते हैं. It's not about that. It's about unfair things. You see it unfair pricing. अगर एक ब्रांड आप बाय करते हो और उस ब्रांड पे आपको 365 डेज 30% 40% ऑफ मिलती है, 1+1 मिल रही है, अगर तो जिस दिन फ्रेश पड़ा होगा ना उस ब्रांड में, यू फील रिस्ट्रिक्टेड समवेयर कि आगे तो इसने कभी फ्रेश की ऑफर नहीं दी, फ्रेश में स्टॉक नहीं आया, हर वक्त कुछ ना कुछ चलता है. तो यू स्टार्ट लुकिंग एट दैट प्राइसिंग एज अनफेयर प्राइसिंग. दिस इज व्हाट it is happening with the child. They see it unfair. If you don't give me that extra, it is not fair. Why shall I do it? और प्राइमा फेसी वो डिनाइल में ही होगा. जैसे ही आप पूछोगे कि ये करना है तो पहली बार ना ही बोलेगा, क्योंकि अगर वो पहली बार ना बोलेगा तभी आप ऑफर लेके आओगे, अदरवाइज तो ऑफर ही नहीं दोगे. अगर वो पहली बार में हाँ कर दे, विल यू बी गिविंग ऑफर? एंड वी आर बिल्डिंग अप अ ब्राइब मॉडल एट होम unknowingly just to get things done. Not a choice. It just happened because of some patterns which we have, but we see in our surroundings. This discussion I'm not doing to make you feel bad, just to highlight that there are few things which your intention is different and your action is different. Your conscious is different and subconscious is different. Just to make you realize, when I ask certain things to parent, do you really want to do it? The conscious will say कि नहीं मैं नहीं करना चाहता. The conscious brain will say no, but subconscious will trigger you to do that job. Are you getting me? We don't choose it, we end up doing it. And that's where Parental coaching is going to help. There are many areas of parental coaching. Mindful parenting is one. Strategic parenting, developmental parenting, gentle parenting. There are many packages in parenting which we will be discussing on this Sunday morning. I'll be sharing different packages. What I'm right now sharing is only mindful parenting, only one part of it, one domain of parenting. There are multiple other approaches, developmental approaches are there, right? Then there are approaches like this encouraging approaches also are there, encouraging domain of parenting, gentle domain of parenting. जैसे कल मैं करूंगा gentle parenting पे थोड़ी सी बात. हम में से बहुत से parents हैं those who don't want to hurt their child while correcting them. We don't want to be punitive, loud while correcting them. But कई बार we end up becoming, या बिना loud हुए कई बार काम नहीं होता. We see it. That's where we have to learn positive reinforcement. We need to learn award and ignore. Right? And many new things which came in discussion today. Similar things will come tomorrow. So far, keeping time in mind, I'll pause discussion over here and we'll resume this discussion tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I want if you can open up your videos once so that I can see you. Everyone is settled, huh? फिर वीडियो क्यों नहीं ऑन करते? सब कुछ बैठे ही हो. Okay, so just before I wind up, so what we discussed today, the language, like maybe we come from different backgrounds and sometimes I get bilingual also. Are we all comfortable with the language? Shall I continue with the same?
Yes.
Yes.
Was it? Things are understandable?
Yes.
Chalo, that's great. Wonderful. My request and expectation from you is tomorrow we will pick up new topics and tomorrow I'll be discussing about this parent coach wala role also. What this role demands. Since if you opt for this role, what it takes. कई लोग पूछते हैं कि एक अच्छा कोच बनने के लिए मुझ में वो खूबियां हैं? Can I become? Sometimes we doubt our being. तो शायद वो कल clarity will be there. I'll give you that clarity. So I expect that if you are in time, today you have been in time. Those who joined late, I'll be sharing this recording with you. Right? You'll get this recording by maximum tomorrow morning, or I'll try today night if I do it. And this recording will be through a Google Drive. You can download this recording and view this recording, right? And one more thing, if you can do, because I'll be asking you tomorrow, if today you can do, we have our app called Deep Parenting on Android. If you can download it, because some assignments to watch I'll be giving you tomorrow, so you can
Deep Parenting on Android.
And if you are an iPhone user, फिर आप visit कर सकते हो deepparenting.org. I just typed it in chat box. I'll share the link of app in group also. We all are in group?
Yes.
We all are in group, na? Right. And every day there will be a new link of joining. So for tomorrow's joining, I'll be sharing a new link, right? And app link I'll share. And if you're an iPhone user or a laptop user, you will be getting this. You shall be logging on deepparenting.org. There are a lot of free programs available on parenting. Though I may not be sharing those topics here, but you can explore a lot. 40 programs on parenting are lying there, free of cost. So you can explore that. Around 10 programs on child career development is available there. Some 10 programs for teachers are there, free. And some 10 personal development programs are there. So around 100 programs are there, free of cost, available on that app. You must download it. You can avail all of it free of cost. But just to tell you, because I will connect certain topics tomorrow with those programs. So if you download it in advance, you'll be able to connect with that. So before I move on, Vivek, you raised your hand. Anything to contribute?
Recordings will be available for long.
Yeah. Anyways, it is available. But I request to download it, because when you download it, you will be able to view it smoothly, uninterrupted. Right? So one more hand was raised. I missed. Yes? Okay, that's okay. Wonderful. So thank you. Thanks a ton. Thanks for joining. Appreciate your presence. I would love to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. See you. Take care. One book I'll share with you in the group. Ek book I'll share today. 3 books I'll share during this 3 days program. So that book is e-book, right? हालांकि उसका जो paperback version होगा, that is expensive, but you must download that book. I don't expect कि आप 3 दिनों में पढ़ लेना, but you must read those books, which I'll share with you. Selective books I'll share. See you. Bye. What is that? Poonam. What is that, Poonam? Please ask the question. The book name. I'll share in the group. I'll share the book, not the book name. I'll share the book. Right? You download that book. You can get it printed, and you can read it on Kindle also. You can read it in e-format also. Right? See you all. Bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.